Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting and strategic moves in the blockchain world right now. We're talking about the Monad Foundation and its recent high-profile recruitment drive. If you've been following Layer 1 blockchain projects, you know that the period right after a mainnet launch is often make or break. Projects must shift from purely building the technology to scaling their ecosystem, attracting users and creating sustainable economics. Monad's latest hires show a clear, calculated approach to this growth challenge. We'll explore why these hires matter, what strategic advantages they bring, and how Monad is positioning itself to compete in a crowded EVM-compatible blockchain space. We'll also break down their target markets, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region, and why that focus is critical for long-term adoption. So, whether you're a crypto enthusiast, an investor, or just curious about how blockchain projects grow, this video is for you. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research before making any decision. The Monad Foundation's recent recruitment drive is a textbook example of a growth phase strategy in action. After launching a mainnet, the next challenge isn't just about coding or improving the protocol. The real test is ecosystem development, getting developers on board, attracting institutions, and ensuring the network becomes economically sustainable. Monad has chosen to bring in executives from three distinct but highly relevant areas of the crypto and digital finance ecosystem. First, it's hiring from Optimism, a leading Layer 2 Ethereum scaling solution. Why does this matter? Optimism has deep experience in building scalable, Ethereum-compatible ecosystems and fostering strong community governance. That kind of insight is critical for Monad as it seeks to attract both developers and users who value a smooth, high-performance network. Next, Monad has tapped talent from FalconX, a crypto prime brokerage known for serving institutional clients. FalconX brings expertise in liquidity management, institutional trading, and capital markets. This means Monad now has direct access to knowledge that can help its token and ecosystem appeal to large-scale investors rather than just retail traders. Finally, the team includes someone from BVNK, a platform specializing in digital asset infrastructure and payments. This hire brings deep experience in bridging traditional finance with the digital asset world, especially in payments, treasury management, and compliance. Together, these three hires cover a wide spectrum of needs: technical scalability, institutional adoption, and bridging traditional finance with DeFi opportunities. Industry observers see moves like these as more than just HR updates. They're indicators of strategic intent. Blockchain analytics firms like Masari have reported that successful Layer 1 networks often undergo what they call a go-to-market acceleration phase within 3 to 6 months after mainnet launch. This period is usually defined by two key activities: forming strategic partnerships and making targeted hires to scale operations. Monad's recent executive recruitment fits perfectly into this playbook. Each executive is taking on a highly specific role to tackle pressing challenges. The capital market strategist will focus on tokenomics, liquidity creation, and the development of financial instruments that can attract DeFi protocols. The brand and communications lead will ensure that Monad stands out in a crowded field of EVM-compatible chains, highlighting its unique technical strengths like parallel execution and high throughput. And the executive responsible for institutional adoption in the Asia-Pacific region is tasked with connecting with some of the world's most sophisticated crypto markets, including South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Japan. Let's zoom in on Asia-Pacific for a moment. The decision to concentrate on APAC institutional investment isn't just about expanding geography, it's strategic necessity. Data from the Chainalysis 2024 Geography of Cryptocurrency report consistently ranks South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Japan among the top regions for both retail and institutional crypto adoption. South Korea, for instance, has some of the highest crypto ownership rates in the world. Retail trading activity is intense, meaning projects with strong technical and liquidity offerings can gain traction quickly. Hong Kong and Singapore are increasingly becoming hubs for regulated digital asset firms, attracting major financial institutions with regulatory clarity. Japan, with its long history of crypto exchange regulation, is one of the most mature and compliant markets globally. By deploying an executive with experience from FalconX and BVNK, Monad is signaling that it understands the complexities of these markets and is prepared to meet the needs of institutions. This includes compliance, structured products, liquidity, and treasury management, critical requirements for institutional investors. Monad is entering a highly competitive space. Ethereum may still dominate the smart contract landscape, but multiple EVM-compatible chains are vying for developer attention. Networks like BNB Smart Chain, Avalanche, and Polygon have already established ecosystems. New entrants face the dual challenge of proving technical performance while also effectively marketing to developers, institutions, and users. Monad claims to offer a significant edge with higher transaction throughput and lower fees, all while maintaining EVM compatibility. But claims alone won't drive adoption. That's where the new brand executive comes in, to create a narrative that communicates both technical superiority and practical value to stakeholders. So, what exactly will these executives be doing day to day? Let's break it down. Capital Markets Lead. This role will focus on listing Monad's native token on major exchanges, fostering liquidity, and developing relationships with market makers. The aim is to ensure the token can be actively traded and integrated into decentralized finance ecosystems. Brand and marketing. Executive, their job is to craft a compelling story for Monad that resonates with developers, institutional investors, and the broader crypto community. They'll highlight the network's technical capabilities, governance features, and use cases to differentiate Monad from competitors. Asia Pacific Institutional Specialist. This executive is on the front lines of APAC expansion. Their tasks include liaising with regulators, connecting with local financial institutions, engaging with venture capital firms, and ensuring that Monad's offerings meet the specific compliance and operational requirements of the region. Looking at the blockchain industry, similar executive moves often precede periods of significant growth. Layer 1 networks that brought in strategic hires after mainnet launches frequently saw major partnerships, ecosystem grants, and increased total value locked, TVL, in their DeFi ecosystems. For Monad, the metrics that will matter most include growth in TVL across its DeFi offerings, expansion in the number of active developers building on the platform, verified partnerships with financial institutions, particularly in APAC. The coming quarters will be critical for proving whether these hires translate into measurable success. Monad's approach demonstrates an important lesson for all emerging blockchain projects. Technical innovation alone isn't enough. Long-term success depends on marrying technical execution with market strategy. By targeting expertise in capital markets, brand development, and APAC institutional finance, Monad is positioning itself to navigate the next stage of growth effectively. The focus on APAC is particularly noteworthy. If successful, this push could give Monad a first-mover advantage in a region known for both rapid adoption and deep institutional sophistication. By combining technical performance with strategic marketing and institutional outreach, Monad is setting itself up to compete with some of the best established EVM-compatible networks in the world. To summarize, here are the main points to remember. Strategic hiring. Monad has brought in executives from Optimism, FalconX, and BVNK, covering technical scalability, institutional finance, and market positioning. APAC focus. Targeting South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Japan is not just expansion. It's essential for tapping into markets with high institutional and retail adoption. Competitive differentiation. Monad claims to offer superior throughput and lower fees while maintaining Ethereum compatibility. The new team will ensure this advantage is communicated and leveraged effectively. Execution metrics. Success will be measured in TVL growth, developer adoption, and tangible partnerships with institutions. Industry pattern. Following the go-to-market acceleration model observed in other successful Layer 1 networks, Monad is aligning its strategic hires with proven growth phase playbooks. The Monad Foundation's recruitment strategy is both sophisticated and timely. It reflects a transition from a purely technical phase to a market-facing growth phase, emphasizing strategic positioning, brand differentiation, and institutional adoption. By focusing on APAC, capital markets expertise, and ecosystem storytelling, Monad is laying the foundation for long-term competitive advantage. If executed well, these moves could establish Monad as a formidable player in the high-performance EVM-compatible blockchain space. In other words, Monad isn't just building technology, it's building a complete ecosystem that can attract developers, institutions, and investors worldwide. This story is still unfolding, and the coming months will reveal whether these strategic hires translate into measurable success. For anyone watching the blockchain space closely, Monad's approach offers a masterclass in growth phase strategy, vision combined with tactical execution. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe for more daily crypto insights. Catch you in the next one. Stay crypto smart.